Forbes calls it a unique property that will pique your wanderlust. The National Business Magazine also places it on the list of 7 Black-owned hotels across the U.S. to visit on your next road trip. Once a thriving 440-acre farm dating back to 1798, Clevedale Historic Inn and Gardens breathes Southern grace and hospitality with its stately columns, sprawling magnolias, lush grounds, and lavish greenhouses. The house known as Clevedale was built on the property in 1913 as a wedding gift for Conrad Cleveland Sr. and his wife Louise. Today, the nearly 4-acre bed and breakfast owned by Paul and Ponthiola Abernathy welcomes brides, international travelers, and most recently, those who have discovered interesting places to stay in their own backyards. Clevedale has been restored to its authentic charm, offering 4 distinctive upstairs sleeping rooms. The bridal suite is named the Westmoreland in honor of General William Westmoreland. A Citadel classmate of Conrad Cleveland Jr., Westmoreland stayed in the room named for him each time he visited the Cleveland home. The ohana, meaning family in Hawaiian, is reminiscent of the Abernathy's time in the Aloha State. And the wren is named for the South Carolina's official bird and has special significance as the name of architect Sir Christopher Wren of the campus chapel at Westminster College in Fulton, Missouri, Paul's alma mater. Finally, Elizabeth's studio is the perfect space for a young person traveling with parents or a girlfriend weekend. At the rear of the property is the Mack Rail Cabin Car, a 1947 Southern Rail caboose that has been transformed into a queen bedroom suite, complete with a private deck and garden. The converted rail car is featured in Forbes' 12 unusual hotel rooms for adventurous travelers.
A wonderful little old lady who came to visit us back in 2013. Her name was Elizabeth Cleveland Welch. And upon her getting out of the car, she said to us that she was born in this house and that on the night she was born, the train nearby broke down. Her dad walked to the train and invited people into the home for tea. So I thought from that time of her telling us that story, I wonder what it would be like to get a train on the property.
When a sleeper car proved too large for the property, the Abernathys found the caboose in nearby Chesney at the home of train aficionado Danny Russell. As for the breakfast part of the bed and breakfast, Clevedale uses fresh local produce, meats, and grains to prepare daily meals. It also partners with local chefs to host private dinners, themed parties, and special events.
What makes us unique is the fact that we are jam-packed full of history. We're jam-packed full of acreage so that you've got great gardens. And we pride ourselves in providing great food, breakfasts, and also adventures. Young people today, our 20s and 30s, they want an adventure. They want an experience.
Speaking of adventure, the property has plenty of room to roam. You'll find spacious porches, lush gardens, 2 Roman baths, greenhouses, and even a treehouse built for Cleveland children who once lived in the home. The grounds also feature the property's original ice house and tool house, both dating back to 1798. And under the shade of the mature crepe myrtles, it's a spacious courtyard made from the 20th century bricks that the owners reclaimed from historic Spartanburg area homes that were being razed. During the pandemic, the bed and breakfast lost most of its international business travelers from global companies dotting the I-85 corridor. But local and regional travelers from Charlotte to Atlanta discovered Clevedale as a staycation spot.
And a big chunk of that, these were folks who said, we want to give our money to Black-owned businesses. And almost to a person, the Black folk who came through had never stayed at a B&B.
For all its stately beauty, the key to the Clevedale experience is hospitality.
We were once traveling in South Africa during our sabbatical, and we learned from our South African brothers and sisters that hospitality is mutual. And so whenever we would walk into one of their homes, they would immediately run to get mats so that we could sit, because most of the time we were sitting on floors. But we learned that it's not only what the host provides, but it's the fact that the guests even showed up. And so therefore, we have taken that into our method of doing our bed and breakfast.
We often say to our guests, we thank you because you have graced this house with your presence. And that's true, because no matter what we do, it doesn't matter unless somebody appears.
For Living Upstate, I'm Jamarcus Gaston.
Joe Robertson and Son.